Okay, hello, hello. All right. Good morning, people. Hello, hello to everybody there listening to us to our podcast every weekend. Guys, how are you doing? We hope you had an amazing weekend last week. And of course, today we're going to be bringing you awesome stuff once again. And you can see here there are three potatoes here. And of course, the flower among the thorns here. And they are like brothers among different mothers. And we are going to be once again blowing you away with our topic for today. As you guys have seen, right, in social media, in our community sites, it's all about, say, skills and communications. Are your tech skills, your super tech savvy skills, enough to get you by actually in the VA world? Your triple A credentials and all those, would they really matter? Or communication is the one that's going to take the cake at the end of the day? What would it be? We're going to know today, and we're going to hear from our awesome guest as well as to how it is down low and down on the ground in the VA world. Good morning, potatoes. Good morning, Miss Mo. Hello, hello, guys. So
Hey
happy.
everyone, good morning.
I'm
Hello
so
everyone, good
glad you did
morning.
not call me potato as well, Jack. I am the flower. Thank you so much. But hi, Potato Dan and Potato Jade. How are
Hello.
you guys?
Great. Actually, I feel I, I feel energized because I realize it's a long weekend,
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Oh
and
yeah,
yeah, I started planning my dates for the weekend. So okay, let's do it.
Yeah, so
oh,
happy weekend to you guys out there, and for the people that are say in the United States, right? Love you all, guys. Happy Labor Day. Take a long, good rest,
Hmm.
recuperate, enjoy. I don't know, take a lot of beers or something, whatever your boat is. Yeah, okay. All
this
right.
is for us. This is our day.
Yeah.
yeah.
How about for
Let's
Potato
enjoy
Jade? How
it.
are you doing?
Oh, actually, I'm doing great. even even the like
Welcome back,
it.
Jade.
Yes, actually, this is my second time here, right? So yeah, hello guys, I'm back. So
Yes,
right,
and this is Dan's first time here. Thank you so much, Dan, for gracing the floor today.
Cool. Well, thank you
Yes,
for
and
having
guys,
me.
you would wonder why we have Dan here. Guys, you would hear besides Jack, we also have Dan with the DJ voice, with that great amazing English communication skills. But the question is it enough that you just have that? Is it enough to have just the communication skills, or is it enough that you only have the skill itself, the technical skills? So that would be our topic for today.
Exactly. So, guys, once again, what do you think? Is it really enough? I am so good in Canva. I'm a pro wherever it might be in
Hmm.
social media management or, other CRM tools and whatnot, right? That's enough. I'm going to get by, in the VA world. I've been here for 10 years, maybe, or something like that. Or maybe you're somebody like me, Dan, and the others here. Like, we're very good at speaking and, we don't need skills, just talking is enough. What do you guys think about it? Share your thoughts in the chat there in your comment box, right? And hit the like and subscribe button and share this as well to your buddies. Like, what is it really? Skills or communications, or who knows, maybe both. Which are you, or what is your pick with these things, right? Personally, for me, with what I have seen thus far, I would say communications is very, very important. I would dare say maybe up to 80% even. Like, if you're very good at communicating, you might actually get by through things even if you don't know something. Not that
Ah,
I am
true.
suggesting that you do so, okay? Never to fake it till you make it, learn it till you make it. But yes, I think communications is very, very important and have to say, have a strong background of skills or rather a foundation, right? How about you guys? What do you think about it? How, if you put your scales there, right? Like, what would you say between the two?
Oh,
Well,
how
I'd
about
say,
you guys? Yeah.
yeah, I'd say for me, I'm not sure, but I can say 100% for communication, and the rest would be like 80% skill for me. Because as for me, in my role right now in fellow song this company, I utilize my 100% of my communication skills because I'm facing clients, I'm talking with clients, I communicate with other people and bosses as well, of course. So that's
And
100% for me communication. Yeah.
I totally agree. Guys, just to give you a short background, Dan actually was hired as my executive assistant. But we move him to not move him, but we are asking him to do sales right now because of his communication skills. So I don't want to box him, just being my executive assistant because I know he could do more. I know he can, do greater things rather than just assisting me. I'm not saying assisting me is not, good as, the other position, but I'm just saying having this skill, imagine, from being just an executive assistant now, he is actually doing more, let's say, important tasks, and that would be doing, sales. Imagine communicating with the clients, communicating with, the VAs as well, right? Because it's
Mhm.
also manning our lobby, so it kind of helps. And also with the skills, um I don't know who mentioned it, but it's actually 80% of, the mindset, of course, communication, 20% of the skill set, because skill set can be learned, right? This is something that if you're resourceful, you can just go online, just make sure you check, the right videos, of course. But this is something that you could learn yourself. But communicating, if you do not know how to communicate, it would be hard for the client to understand you, right? Imagine, let's say, yeah, let's say you're doing, let's say, social media manager. You're so good at designing, you're so good at, let's just say, writing contents, chat GPTing the contents, but you cannot communicate with your client and you have this language barrier. It would be hard. Like, let's say the client is asking you to come up with the new graphic, but you actually come up with a new video. Imagine that, right? There's just a lot of miscommunication there. And even though you are so good at what you do, it would be hard. And but if it's the client having a hard time communicating with you, I think the client would still let you go because there's no parang you don't understand each other, diba? I don't know. Would you agree with me, Jade? Does it matter, Jade? Jade, you're so very skilled at doing um video editing right now. Does it matter that you can communicate well with your client or not? Or just
Actually,
it's good?
actually, this one, this question is kinda like misunderstood by in our industry, right? Because we heavily relied actually in skills, right? And a lot of people believe that skills are enough to for you to grow or for you to achieve bigger things in your industry. But the thing actually is that the truth in that
Oh, I think we lost Jade. Jade, are you here?
Jade, I think the truth got silenced. it's about to it's about to drop the bomb. All right,
I
I
think
think Jade.
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yes,
I'm
yes, there
back.
you go.
Sorry
Fight,
Okay,
about that.
okay.
fight for the
He's
truth,
back.
Jade.
Yeah. Yeah, so going back, yeah, the truth actually, like what Miss Mo said, for you to deliver a satisfactory result, even if you are video editing or graphic, you have to communicate first well with your client, right? Because if you cannot communicate well, how can you understand what each other wants? What do you guys
Mhm.
need? And of course, um, it also comes how can you it also comes with it how you can sell yourself, right? Because for you to offer your service to clients, you have to better have the ability to sell yourself, right? Your service. So it requires a
Sell yourself. I
communication.
don't want to
Yeah.
sell myself. Just kidding.
Promote yourself, something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
promote
promote
it,
yourself. Yeah.
advertise, bro.
Actually, I rather sell your service, right? So yeah.
Totally
Well,
agree. Totally agree with you. And guys, it doesn't need to be like a perfect English. I don't think
Mhm.
there's a
mm,
perfect English. Even those who live in, the United States, their
Agree.
English is not even perfect as well, right? I mean, it's great, but I mean, that's their native language, but then again, it should be understood. Like,
mhm.
again, we have ChatGPT there to help you, but again, when it comes to communications like this, like voice or maybe via Zoom, I think the client still needs to understand your English. What are you saying? Your words. Also, the grammars also matter. Do you agree, Jack? Does grammar matter
Totally
for you?
agree. Definitely. And
No?
with what, guys, with all of you guys listening there and our viewers there, once again, thank you very much for joining us here. And pretty much with what you have heard thus far, now it's kind of like, yeah, it's not really just gonna say, tilt to one side of the scale, right? Like, all communication only. Oh, no, all skills only. It has to be a mix in reality because, like it or not, even if it's outside of the VA world, right? You're going to the office. You have that typical face-to-face job, like it or not, you have to communicate even if you think that you're the shyest person in the entire world, because you have to understand what the client or what you're working on, what they're asking. You got to know that, and you have to say, ask them, communicate, repeat, revise, and so on, so you can deliver. It might work for quite some time if you're not talking, but ultimately, like what Miss Mo mentioned earlier, right, beside from say Jade mentioning, like, I have to talk so I would know, right? And Miss Mo mentioned there that, yeah, it will not work in the long run because, yeah, it's like there's no connection at all, right? Who wants to work with, or who wants to have, say, somebody working under them, and you're giving instructions, and then there's like insert cricket sounds, right? Like there's nothing.
Crickets.
Right? It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. So it has to be a balance, really. Now, thinking about it, this actually reminded me of something that, like language is actually, when we talk about language, when we talk about communications, it's like, it's the operating system of the world, right? Because language, you get to learn one thing or another, you get to say operate in different places, different cultures, different faces, right? Different whatsoever. And if you can master it, actually, you can almost navigate any situation. That's just the downright truth with it. When you are communicating, you're able to say navigate to whatever situation. And it's not just about transferring information per se, but you're say able to create order out of supposed chaos. And that's why, for VAs out there and for other people out there, you were hired to do something, and you gotta make, say, the best out of it. And you were hired because you were deemed the best to do it. And the people who hired you can't seem to do it, right? And you have to do the communication there, you have to have the language there, and ultimately make sense of the world and influence others effectively, right? How about for you guys, Miss Mo, Jade, Dan, in
Mhm.
your experience thus far, right? Like with all the work in say the VA space, what do you think is like, a time that you say like, oh yeah, communication was very critical at this point. And by the way, guys, we have different departments here. We have different,
Mhm.
say, specific
Yes.
job posts here. And yeah, let's hear it from them.
I have a funny story, but I'll do it the last. How about you
Okay.
guys, Dan and Jade? It's a funny story which I haven't shared before, but I'll share it with
Oh
you now.
my.
Later.
Well, as for me, the moment I realized that I need to get better in my communication is that when I started talking to clients, especially as for me, I started working as a call center representative. So during that time, I can tell you that I'm not really as good as I speak right now, and they're gonna give you training, but speaking and communicating, they're just gonna give you basics. It's up to you to develop your communication skills. So when it's time to take phone calls, I actually sucked during the first 2 weeks, but I what I did from my end is that I master it by imitating first the people I admire, how they do, how they speak, and over time I improved. So during
Oh,
that time, I got
I
myself
like.
ready to talk with clients with confidence because after mastering it a lot of times, there you have it.
Oh, so master after success also,
Mhm.
guys, right? So,
Yes.
I like that. How about you, Jade?
Yeah. Actually, um the time that I realized that I really need to hone my skill of communication is it is the time when that actually to be honest, when I started here in the company, actually, my boss,
Oh,
my my, my boss
why?
was jealous. Actually, we ano like I made a mistake, of course, because of miscommunication. Like
Oh.
um um because to be honest, I'm an introvert, so I started as someone who really isn't good at communicating, right? So, but yeah, I really honed my skill. Although I'm so far compared to to Miss Mo, Sir Dan, and Sir Jack. Yeah, I'm better than before. I that time that the what happened before is that um I assume right. I assume I assume or
Assume is
because
making an ass out of
yeah.
you and me.
So
Yes.
I assume na that I already have all the details, but it is not it because I have to also have I also have to question, like to clarify and verify, like what I've learned
Mm,
here in our company. You have to always clarify and verify, never make an assumption, right? Of anything. You have to repeat it again so that um the communication is clear. What your clients want, what you will do, will be aligned because guys, video editing really takes a lot of time, right? Like one video
yes.
might take can take actually it can one video, right, guys? Imagine one video can actually take 1 week if it's really really long, right? Or if it's complex. So imagine you work for that video 1 week, and because of some minor details of
Yeah.
miscommunication,
Mhm.
you did completely you created something completely different than what your
Mhm.
clients want. Imagine, like maybe or for sure your client, if your client is like boss, if your client is boss, like just actually she's really um she's if your client is boss, that's it's
Be
really
careful, Jade.
good.
Be careful.
But actually, boss, it's okay to create mistakes because you can learn from them, right? That's boss always mentioned. So
Yeah,
it's okay for
exactly.
her, but of course, of course, I shouldn't do that again, right? Because it's something that is it's really not good, like wasting resources, time, and everything. So imagine if you do that again and again as a video editor, more likely your client won't pay you. So
Yes.
what
So,
happened?
how about those wasted time that you're
Yeah,
working on the video and it
Mm.
was the wrong one?
yeah,
No. But I
really.
like what what Jade mentioned here. So if this is your first time, let's say you're an aspiring virtual assistant, you feel like you do not have that, like great communication skills as we always say, then always try to clarify and verify. Maybe your grammar is not perfect yet. That's
Yep.
totally okay. Again, it will never be perfect. It's always a work in progress, right? So make sure you always clarify and verify, making sure that the client understood what you said, and make sure as well that you understand what the client is saying. So clarify and verify. Great job, Jade. So, anyways, this is my story, guys. So, this is actually the time when we were just starting, we were just doing, ayan, we were just doing the VA, what's this? Business, no? So we were meeting a client. This is one of the new client that we have. I'm not gonna say his name, but so we met with the client, boss, the client, and I. So boss was like, selling me, as Jade mentioned, sell yourself. So of course, boss is selling the VA, the virtual assistant, what we can do. Like I've been in this business for such a long time, and I've been working for boss for such a long time. Okay. Now the client says this. Client said, Monique, do you have a sister? Okay, guys. Again, also English, guys, you can talk is okay, but comprehension is also good. Okay. So
Hmm.
you should also know how to comprehend. You know what I said, guys? Oh, my sister is already married. What the client meant was actually, hey, do you have a sister that I can hire? Based on the communication, right? Based on, what based on the client was mentioning, and also boss, like how good I am, blah blah. And then the client asked me, guys, it's so embarrassing. The client asked me, Monique, do you have a sister? I responded, oh, my sister is already married. Oh my goodness. And then boss was like, Monique, again, it's good that you can speak English, but guys, make sure you also know how to comprehend. You understand what are they trying to say. So
Yeah.
next time, I know already. Oh, okay, I should clarify and verify. What do you mean by, I have, maybe if you don't understand what they're trying to say, make sure make sure you ask what do they mean, because you may seem dumb, you may respond inappropriately. So yeah, that's my story. It's not good, guys. I have my, and this is just like, 3 4 years ago, imagine. So,
So yeah,
I
guys,
think.
there you heard it, guys. You know that really communication is very important. There's just so many ways that say things can go south, right? Like regardless of your
true.
credentials, once again, all your skills, very good to have those. Of course, that is a very important factor to have if you're applying for a job, maybe in the VA world or outside of the VA world. But ultimately, you have to have that say good communication base. Otherwise, you might say something else like the examples earlier and in the critical moment even, and that could actually say cost you a job if ever, right? Imagine that
Yes,
you said one line and then it
I
went
know.
south, everything went down the
Ooh,
drain, right? So actually with that, guys, once again, it's very clear and very evident that you have good skills, but at the same time, you must also have communication skills and maybe even sometimes very good communication skills. Because they say, the skills for tools, the skills for a specific job post, you can learn, you can practice on your own. But now, when it comes to talking, communicating, this is always going to be like a two-way thing, right? Or maybe like more than two ways because you're talking to five people, maybe, right? You have like, I don't know, like you're working for maybe five people. If you're a freelancer outside of our company, outside of our agency, you have five clients like that. You're talking to a lot of people all the time, and you have to be sharp all the time as well, right? So having that said, people, we're not just gonna say, drop you there, and keep you hanging with, like what is better, like communications or just skill itself, but rather we are also gonna be touching with, like how to go beyond basic English, right? Like how to maybe master or be near a master of, say, the art of clear and concise, confident communication. Like what Jade mentioned earlier, back then, he was all shy. Dan back then, he said, when he was starting out, he's nowhere near as to how good and amazing he sounds right now. And like with Miss Mo, with their example back then, a couple of years ago, right? My sister is married. Nowadays it's not going to happen again for sure. That line, right? So, guys, when it comes to this, what would you advise our viewers and listeners like as to how they can improve and sound confident, sound amazing, look good like you guys when it comes to speaking? Because obviously, the three of you here are very good that you can easily talk to clients. Doesn't matter if they are blue eyes, green eyes, pink eyes, you name it, right? Any colored hair, you guys can speak with them, no
I like
problem.
the pink eyes.
What did you guys do to improve yourselves, right? When it's like, I gotta better my communication skills.
Well,
Okay,
if, yeah,
fun.
if, I'm gonna go ahead first again. Yeah, as for me, it's really helpful if you read books. Really,
Mm,
Oh,
yeah, read
vocabulary
books.
wise, no?
Yeah,
yep.
vocabulary wise, grammar wise, you're gonna be once you read books, and also if it really helps if you read them aloud, so you can hear yourself speak
Mm,
Oh, I like that.
as you go on reading books. More speaking and also reading aloud. You're gonna notice that you'll be improving over time. And you're gonna see, of course, depending on the book that you're reading, you're gonna notice as well what are
Like
the
that. It
culture.
depends. It depends. Okay, it
Depends.
depends on the books, guys.
Yeah, not 50 Shades, of course.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
That-
This is what happens when you're in a room with three potatoes. Okay.
yeah. Depending on the book, of course, you're gonna learn the culture, how they respond as well. So that's one thing. That's one of the best advices I can give.
Oy,
Reading books.
okay.
Yeah.
Reading
Reading
books.
book
Ako
and read
for
it aloud.
yeah.
me, I know. When I was in a call center, one thing that a friend told me is to have a mirror beside you.
Mm.
Now, when you talk, try to look at yourself. Yeah, of course, with speaking, you also need to be confident because sometimes when you're not confident, again, first is you're not confident. That's why sometimes you screw your grammars. Your words. You cannot even how do you say that? uh you do not know what to say sometimes, I guess, because again you're not confident. But look at yourself, practice in front of the mirror. That's that. And then also, guys, I know chat gpt is very useful nowadays, but please try to come up with your own words as well. And also this one, um I mentioned this a lot of times already. Afraid but do it anyway. Try to communicate more with clients. I know you're afraid sometimes. I'll just send them a message. I'll just text them. I don't want to call them. But actually, the more you talk to them, like really, voice or on Zoom, the more you'll be confident on speaking to them or even other clients later on. Okay, the time na, okay, I'm so shy, I don't want to talk to the client. So that's actually the days that you're wasting. Now you should have been actually better by the next month, but you're not because again you're too shy. You don't want to try it, diba? You will make mistakes for sure, but that's okay. That's part of learning. That's part of growing, diba? So that's my advice.
Yeah, and sometimes you'll be surprised when you talk to clients directly. You're gonna find out even if they sound mad on emails or text when they talk to them, they talk.
Oo,
Yeah,
it's different
they're
'no,
kind.
they
It's
sound
different.
different, oo.
Yeah.
Kasi the way you read it and the way they
Hmm.
actually is saying it to you is different 'no?
Yeah.
Oo. Data na fam if you want. Char para
Tips
you
and
you
tricks
get ano,
101.
practice every day, why not? How about you, Jade?
Yeah. Actually, since I started here, I'm introverted, right? So I really love what Miss Mo said, like afraid but
Mm.
do it anyway, because that's exactly what I did, right? Guys, we have training, right? 30-day
Ay,
training
oo
here
nga
in our
'no.
community. So, what I did is that
You share every
I
day.
yeah,
Yeah.
actually I share almost every day. And guys, do you know what I feel during those times? Like
You're
I
shaking.
shiver.
Oh,
I'm really cold because I'm so shy, but I do it anyway. And because of that, I overcome those fears, those shyness, and everything. So yeah, and
that's why you're here
so,
now, Jack. Hi, Jade, imagine.
yeah,
'Di ba? Imagine you're too shy at that time, but you're here right now doing podcast with us. How's that?
yeah. That's really
Oh,
I really can imagine that I am gonna do this one day, right? Because yeah, I'm really shy before. So
yeah.
that's how I did it. Yeah.
Wow, guys, this is like really awesome stuff, right? From reading a book and to read it loud, right? And to put a mirror so you can see yourself at the same
Mm,
time. Like, how do I look? How do I seem when I'm trying to say, express a certain kind of emotion, maybe, right? Or a certain kind of message to somebody. And like just practicing every day, really. And here, we got to see from one of our viewers here, right? From Miss Jorica when I started in a call center setup. Even I know myself, I'm not used to speaking in English, but I am doing it with being with confidence rather. Sometimes, even though I know I'm having wrong grammar, that is very good. I would say very good because, like like what you have
True.
heard, people, nobody. Number one, I want you guys to have this in mind. Nobody knows everything. Number two, nobody's perfect. Ain't anybody gonna be perfect at all. Knowing that now, do not be scared of your, say, how to put it, like your say, quote unquote, shortcomings, or like the things that you need to improve upon, but rather keep it in mind or put it in a view that goes like, Do not be scared of your light, right? Oftentimes it's like that. People are scared of their own light. You are scared to see
Yep.
yourself grow, right? Like what
Yeah.
Jade mentioned here. I never knew, he said, I never knew one day I'm going to be able to speak like this. And truth be told, like on my side, it's the same thing because I grew up
Really,
very,
Jack?
yeah,
Jack, please don't ask.
I
We know
grew up
you one
very
day,
introverted.
so I know you.
I grew up very introverted for a lot of reasons. And what they call this, there was one time, and I know, a lot of our listeners here, you are amazing people as well, alongside, with your buddies, your family, friends that you get to share these, our podcast with, right? What they call this, a lot of you are going to be able to empathize with me on this. You know that you have a lot of, you know that you have a lot of amazing things in mind and in heart, but you just cannot express it because you get so nervous when the time
Ah,
to
Yeah.
express comes, right? Like,
mm,
raise your hand or something. You can't raise your hand, but I want to say it. I want to say it, something like that,
but I'm
right?
shy.
Yeah. But once again, guys, the solution is very simple. It's what you've heard here. Practice, right? Practice and have the right frame of mind that, I will
Mm.
commit mistakes, but I will be failing forward, right? I
Yeah.
can model after success. At which, when you look at all the successful people, all of them have committed mistakes. All of them started somewhere. But what did they do? What is like one common factor they did before reaching success? They took the step forward and they just did it anyway, right? They started somewhere.
Mm,
So guys,
mm.
for our listeners and our viewers there, how about you? What have you done, to improve yourself the past years? I know some of you probably started like, yeah, I remember I started in the VA world. I'm so scared to open my camera, but now I'm awesome.
Oh yeah.
How was it for you
Especially,
guys? Share in
no.
the comments.
Yeah.
Especially guys, if you have the skills already, imagine, especially if
Mm,
you have the
Mm.
IT background, you're so good at video editing, you have the skills. You really are very, on that level of, let's say, level 5 when it comes to the skills. You're so good at it, but you just cannot communicate in English. Learn.
Mm.
Try to learn, and again, it will not be perfect, but you will get there, 'di ba? You will never be perfect, let's say, but again, who's perfect here? Besides me. Charot. Just kidding, just kidding. But
I, I,
honestly,
I,
like,
want- I want to add something there, Miss Mo. Like since you said that the only perfect one is you, something like this, I would say nobody's perfect, and I am nobody. Thus, I am perfect.
Wow.
nakakainis ka. Oo, thank you so much.
Yes.
But anyways, ayun nga, so sometimes you also want to box yourself. Let's say, guys, I'm not saying na it's bad to work in the Philippines, like corporate world, but maybe you really wanted to try. You know that you have the skills, diba? You really wanted to work for, a US client, maybe not just US client, let's say other countries. But my English is not so good. Parang sayang naman yung rate. Sorry ha, pero let's just really put it there na, the rate here is really good. But you're just too shy to just, go out of your comfort zone then, diba? And that's why, okay, I'll just stay here. I'll just stay in my comfort zone. So, again, skills po is really amazing, especially if it's really technical, kasi not everyone is very technical. Not everyone can actually do what you do. But the thing
Mhm.
is, those who can communicate better will definitely have the edge because they can learn what you know, right? But you, it's just communication lang, you're just too shy lang, ganon. Diba? Which you just need to overcome and you will land the job. Diba?
Yeah,
Diba,
totally
guys?
agree.
Yeah.
That reminded me of the quote that goes right. The pen is mightier than the sword. Very true, right? Because once again, if you are very good at communicating, I'm saying very good. I'm not saying perfect because once again, nobody's gonna be ever perfect. But if you're very good at communicating in the facet of like, I am confident, I'm able to speak at least, I'm able to say listen and comprehend. You're very good
Mhm.
already. You can really achieve a lot, and that alone is like something that should inspire you, right? Like yeah, I'm not that good yet. There's a lot of books there. Heck, read manga even if you want, right? Anything
Oh
in
yeah.
English,
My
right? Your
favorite.
favorite movie. Oh yeah,
Mhm.
watch movies like in English. Listen to English songs.
Yes.
Sing
Netflix
along.
or
Yeah,
YouTube. Mm-mm.
mm,
And guys,
yeah.
one thing I just do not know. for you guys ha. Ako, every time I watch, the subtitle, even if I watch on YouTube, I turn on the caption.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know
Yes.
why? Kasi sometimes my ear, I don't know, maybe it's my ear, but sometimes but the way they say it, and when you are reading it at the same time, it's even easier to comprehend. It's actually easier sometimes. Oh, maybe I can use that same, same message, same words sometimes, kasi what they said. Sometimes you just hear it, 'di ba? Ay, ano spelling nun? But if you see it sometimes on the caption, I can use that word. Oh,
Mhm.
that's that. That's why I always turn on the caption and the subtitle talaga. I don't
Yeah.
know if that would help.
Actually,
You
mismo, I have
know?
that like kind of experience though. Because like growing up, our family really loved to watch movies, English.
Mm-hmm.
Like 99% of movies that we watch are English. Guys, like what I've experienced before is that when I'm younger, actually I have the gist, but I don't I don't completely understand the English, right? But there comes a day that like when I reach like high school, like
Mm-hmm.
I can really understand and I can really write. Like it's something that like it's just comes naturally from me because of I think because of those things that I heard growing up. I always hear English and I always read those subtitles like Mismo. Yeah. And yeah, I although I am not fluent, I understand really well and I can write English, though not perfect. Again, nobody's perfect. I can write
You're
good compared.
nobody.
No, I'm not, that's you mismo.
Ano ba yan? Nakayanan.
Yeah. But guys, what I've experienced, even though I have those things, I still cannot like I can speak English. I can write, I can understand actually, but I can't speak because I'm shy. So yeah, you have to really practice it, guys. If you can, every day. No, yeah, like what they said, get an AFA. Maybe you can practice it every day, right? So
Are you thinking of doing that, Jade?
just kidding, guys. But yeah, always practice and
Practice.
yeah,
And
start.
just do it,
Mm,
no? Just do
just
it
do
talaga.
it.
Just go
Just
out
do
there
it.
and just, try to talk to
Like
someone who can speak the language. Kasi if you will not practice, you
yeah.
will not get better. Guys, if you
Mm-hmm.
need help, just go to our Zoom. Jack would be there for you. Just schedule a call with Jack. It's kind of busy, So, just make
Mhm.
sure you schedule. No, no, I'm not kidding. So, if
Mm-hmm.
this is something that you really struggle with, just go to our Zoom. Maybe, oh, by the way, Dan also man the lobby sometimes.
Yeah.
If you
Mm,
wanna
yeah.
hang out with Dan, if you wanna hang out with Jack, with Jade, with me, I'm busy. Just kidding. If you wanna hang out with us, just let us know. Just send us a message. Just go to our Zoom. Our Zoom is open, from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. CST. Just let us know. We can talk to you. We can try to, we can talk like pure English there, and you can practice with us. Diba? If you just need someone that you can talk to in English, and let's say you don't have a client yet, we can practice together. Oh,
Oh
together
yeah.
yon. Why
Yeah.
not?
Yes, definitely. Lovely, lovely
We're
suggestions. Gosh,
adding more
Mm-hmm.
tasks to you
it's
guys.
it's like really making me think of a lot of things. Like guys, the resources are pretty much all around us. Really, it's like the
Yeah.
only
Mm-hmm.
thing remaining to complete the puzzle, to be able, say, to take yourself to the next level, is literally just you, right? Nowadays, internet age, it's everywhere, right?
Yeah.
YouTube, you watch a movie,
Yes.
Yeah.
it's right, like,
Oh,
or audio
ChatGPT
podcast.
also has
Mm,
the voice, di
Ah,
ba?
yeah.
yeah,
You can practice with ChatGPT also using the voice, Jack, no? What
Yeah.
do you think?
I
Jack,
exactly.
did
think
you
So
you can.
practice
I
with
think you can talk with
ChatGPT?
it, right?
No, no, you
you can.
can. You can
Yeah.
actually. No, you
You can,
can.
you
Yeah.
can.
You can. You can. Yeah. You can. You actually. That's
And
really.
you're gonna
Oh,
notice that you'll be improving if ChatGPT is able to type everything that you said correctly.
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are times that it
oh,
might mistranslate
talaga.
what you're saying. Yeah.
Will
Yeah.
ChatGPT correct your English? Maybe, if you prompt
I think
Probably
ChatGPT
for
yeah.
to
us.
correct
I
my
think you
Yeah.
can
English
you
if
can
it's wrong. Jack,
Hmm.
did you practice with ChatGPT every day? That's why you're so good.
There was no chat GPT back then.
Oh, too bad. So what were you using, Jack? You
Back
wanna
then, one of
share?
the things I really did, like no joke, one was reading as well. I loved reading because story,
Oh,
like brought
Fifty
your
Shades
mind, brings your
also.
mind,
Oh yeah.
Oh,
brings your mind to different places, right? And aside from that, I really one of the things that I really did was I tried, like what you guys mentioned just a while ago. I really tried to put myself or find myself people or a group of people or maybe somebody that I would watch or listen to that was
Mhm.
way more articulate than me, was way I would deem the person way better than me when it came to say speaking the language of English. And I would just like listen to them, like maybe watch their shows or something like that, read their stories, what they write. And then from there, yeah, just like modeling after success, you kind of
Yeah.
copy
mm,
what they have, right? And then later on it becomes your own kind of skill. And yeah, one of the secrets I had back then was literally, open a dictionary, like no joke.
oo,
But
no,
now,
those
read.
days, no.
Yeah,
Mm-mm. How
the
old are you,
dictionary.
Jack?
Now I'm currently actually my birthday, guys, if you don't know, was April, right? So it's past already. So now I'm actually gonna be turning 25, and I'm very grateful, like very good.
oh,
Jack,
okay.
Yeah. By the
Jack
way,
lang.
guys, here, the people that you see right now in our podcast, nobody here is above the age of 30, right? It
Oh,
might be a bit
yes.
of weird of lighting here, like I think Miss Mo is turning 26 only. Jade is, oh wait, Jade is I think turning 35, right? And Dan is turning 20. I mean, I can't
I stopped
remember.
aging at the age of 27, so I lost count.
Okay, okay. So, guys,
I stopped at 25 as well, Jack. Stop counting.
oh gosh, So one way or another, guys, right? When it comes to communications, you might actually have a lot of things, and I would just say it. You have a lot of great things inside of you. It is just you're kind
Yeah.
of maybe shy or scared to show it, but rather change that mentality and think of like, if I say unlock myself or unlock this or break down this fear of mine, right? This illusion, this fear of mine. What else would it serve better in life later on? How could it improve my life? How could it improve, say, the lives of my family or my family to be, right? And then from there, you're going to be inspired, put in the practice, watch, listen, read the things that you truly enjoy. And lo and behold, who knows, maybe 1 year, right? 1 year time, you are going to be somebody very different from who you were before. And you're just going to enjoy it because, once again, communication unlocks a lot of things for you in the world. More so if you have the skills already, my gosh, you're just gonna
Mhm.
multiply and amplify the things that you have. So, guys, once again, for the communication, what they call this, tips, tricks, and say advice, feel free to share yours as well. Because maybe some of the things that you have done before to improve yourselves would actually help other people. Our other listeners here, our other viewers, like maybe that they would be more comfy, like with your comment, with your suggestion. So please share. Please share your thoughts so we can say help everybody here to say better, when it comes to communicating. So,
I do
having
have a
that said,
question, guys. Oh, sorry.
yeah,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah, yeah. All good, Miss Mo, all good, yeah. Mhm.
Okay, I actually have a question for you. Guys, would you agree with me? The generations nowadays are very lucky because they can chat let's say the
Yeah.
communication
Mhm.
is via chat. They can chat GPT everything, no? Like, like just wrong grammar and everything, and then they can communicate with the client with like a perfect English already, 'di ba? With the perfect grammar already because of chat GPT, no? Pero
Yeah,
is
I
that
agree.
enough? Do you think that would sustain a job for you?
Hmm.
And oh, for me. And
No.
Oh,
No, not really.
it's still no,
No.
it's still, oo. Ako one thing that I use as well when it comes to written ha, especially written, it's hard kasi, it will never be perfect. Unlike when you talk, parang it's easier to just correct yourself, right? But when you write it
Mhm.
down, parang it's there already. You cannot, parang it's out
Edit
there
message,
already.
edit.
Para, wait lang, you
Forever
do not.
there.
'Di ba? And also the spelling, oh my goodness, I'm so bad at spelling
Yeah.
talaga because of the autocorrections. But here's one thing that I actually am doing right now with my WhatsApp. I installed my WhatsApp via web. So it's a web WhatsApp that I'm using. I have Grammarly, I have Jasper AI, Now, the good thing about Grammarly, when you have the wrong grammar, of course, it's Grammarly nga, di ba? Sorry. So, Grammarly, it corrects your grammar actually. So, I like that it does that. Why? Oh, this grammar is not correct. So
Mhm.
now, it's always a learning, process for me every day. Oh, I should be writing it like this. Alam mo yon? So, it's not like ChatGPT is correcting my whole sentence, but it's only corrects the one word na I have a mistake. Like, let's say, it should be with an S, pero I type it without an S. The verb, di ba? Yeah, agreement. Yeah. Di ba? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, yung small things like that, you would be learning until later on, Grammarly is not correcting you anymore. So again,
Mhm.
if this is, if you guys are starting, that's something that I would, ask you to do. I know ChatGPT can make it. So, ChatGPT can just, make your words better, your sentence like almost perfect. But I still, suggest that you come up with your own words, and then just have, grammarly, sorry, just correct the simple mistake that you have. That's better, diba? Kasi you're really improving yourself. It's not ChatGPT all the way. What if ChatGPT is down? You're dead.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sick. I am sick today, client.
Not
ChatGPT is
GPT.
Gemini is down, di ba? Parang, o kaya AI Studio is down. Oh my goodness, you don't have work anymore. So,
Yeah.
ako, yun lang. Parang that's something na I think I would still, ask our viewers right now to do. Is still practice, even though
Yeah.
ChatGPT, the help of ChatGPT is there. It's still nice na you can still also, the ano din, when you use your phone, di ba, it has predictive
Yeah, predictive
yon.
text input. Yeah.
Mhm.
Guys, that helps also. Kasi sometimes when you type, parang it also corrects, some of your mistakes, di ba? Especially, I don't know about the other, pero I'm using an iPhone, so it does correct my grammars, and it suggested what I need to write there. So, guys, again, if you can utilize, I highly suggest. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yes.
I want to add another thing about on what Bismo said. Like, yeah. You know, guys. We as a person, like, there are things that we want to say some things in a certain way, right? You want to deliver it in some way that maybe chat GPT or like other AI cannot do it for you. I mean, they can, but you have to prompt better, you know. So, like, actually, I experienced some frustration using AI sometimes because I want to deliver it in some manner, like I want to deliver it like on my tone or how I wanna say it or how I wanna deliver it, how I want the receiver to perceive it. But if you don't practice, you cannot do it on your own. Like you cannot come up with it on your own. So how can you say the things that you really wanna say, right? Are you just going to rely on ChatGPT to tell the things that you really wanna say?
True.
And it may actually, guys, some people just like little details, they can be offended actually. Like they
Sino
can be
kaya?
offended because
Do
because
you have
you
an
it just
example, Jade? We want an
no
example.
miss. I mean,
Tapos yung example
I
would be someone that we know. Come on.
no, I mean, no, I mean, in general, I experience it like, some people might be offended on your wordings, how you deliver it, it depends on who they are and what their personality is, right? So, ChatGPT cannot know all that, and you know that,
Oo
right?
nga.
So, yeah, you have to just do
Yeah.
it.
As for
So,
me, I use ChatGPT for just communicating with clients, make it more professional. But personal communication with friends, I have a lot of friends that who
Yung
speak
ChatGPT
better
pa to.
English, so don't don't use ChatGPT on them.
yeah.
He'll make fun of you.
Oh, 'di ba? And also, I think ChatGPT right now, no, parang sometimes it doesn't sound like human anymore.
Yes,
Sometimes
that's
you
right.
Mhm,
That's
offer
yeah.
one
use
thing.
it, And if you do not know how to really prompt it well, it may sound like not human. So guys, be careful.
Mhm.
Make sure you still try to learn yourself, diba? You still try to, come up with your own words. Just make, just ask ChatGPT to make it better. Pero not really, yung everything is wrong and then you just rely on ChatGPT all the way, diba? Oo. Pero don't believe Dan kasi Dan really knows how to communicate. And Jack, don't believe that. Do not believe them.
Gosh, like those are like some amazing inputs from you guys. Like especially number one, basically Chat GPT, right? It's amazing. It's very good. Definitely gonna help you. But if it's gonna be like say, prompt in or command in, and then copy paste whatever comes out, a little bit of say, put some salt over it because everybody's pretty much used to Chat GPT. They're gonna know if it's like, especially for
Yeah.
example, you are gonna be greeting somebody, right? And it's like Chat GPT, like it might not feel that good because like they just copy pasted it kind of thing, right? And like what Jade mentioned there, I love that one line he mentioned there, that you are not able to really express what you want to express. And
Mm.
personally, for me, if it's along those lines, it's gonna be like if I want, for example, to express say emotions to a person, right? Maybe
Mhm.
somebody dear to you, maybe your parents, or maybe your children, right? Your daughters, your sons, or your partners themselves. You would want to really take it out from your heart, right? Not just some copy
Ay,
paste.
oo. Oo nga.
Oh yeah.
Imagine 'no, you have a
Yeah.
message from your anniversary 'no, tapos, you just
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT'd your message
Yeah.
sa'kin. Grabe naman. Sometimes it kinda seems like, ay, the effort is not there kasi it was ChatGPT
Mhm.
'no,
Oh yeah.
parang,
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually.
it's still nice if it comes from the heart, even though it's not perfect, but it's coming
Mhm.
from the
Mhm.
heart. Oo. Maybe you
Yeah.
prompt na lang ChatGPT, make it sound like it comes from the heart.
Which are.
Again, again, for you to be able to write that, you know how to speak.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. Yes, definitely. So guys, I would say, this is like the tip of the iceberg when it comes to say enhancing, polishing, bettering, flourishing your communication skills. There's a lot of fun out there, really. So like break out of your shell, get out of your box and improve the way you speak. Unlock a lot of things for you. Go further, go above and beyond, right? And
Mm.
get say more,
Yes.
say rewards and blessings to pair it with say the skills that you already have, right? It's only you that is remaining there. Nobody's perfect, nobody knows everything, but you only need to say step forward, fail forward, and know where you are say going forward to, right? The more you get better when it comes to communicating, you are gonna be somewhat or somebody way more amazing. And you can just simplify to like really what basic things or like a couple of things rather. Like one, your professional life. Number two, your personal life or your family life, right? Especially for me, when it comes to the family life, communicating, I would love to be so good at communicating. So later on, when say children are there, right, I am very good at say conveying, speaking, right, instructing, giving instructions and whatnot to the children, right. And the only way that I would be so good at it is to practice every day, right, to practice every day, however it might be. So if we were like to say summarize, right, the main points thus far that we have got to discuss, laugh with, shared with you guys out there in the comments, the ton of comments that we get to see, and pardon, we don't get to share them, because we're like laughing a lot here. But yeah, no, number one, skills, definitely great to have, but you must also have excellent communication skills to be able to excel or maybe say retain yourself in a very good place if you're in a very good place already. Number two, you have to better your communication skills, knowing that nobody's perfect, right? And at the same time, nobody knows everything. Just try. Don't be scared, right? Do it.
Yep.
Even if you're scared, just do it, right? And by doing so, how to practice is like read books, right? Read manga, watch anime, open some subtitles there, practice in front of the mirror. Actors, actually, your favorite actors out there do that. They practice talking, speaking, and whatnot in front of mirrors, right? Practice this every day. And at the same time, as you go through this path, go out there and really show yourself. If you're with a client, start today. Like, hey, client, happy holidays. I heard it's going to be Labor Day coming September 2, right? Thank you very much. Thank you for the paid leave. And something like that. You start you
I
start
like that.
curiosity, right? Because ultimately, by speaking precisely, you will be able to bring, say, the world around you into order just by speaking. Very powerful. And if you bring your speech into line, you bring your being, your relationship as well in line. And ultimately, you encourage others as well to be doing the same in their lives, bringing, say, harmony in everything that they are having. Great communicators, they don't just talk. It goes beyond that. Yeah. But rather they connect and they inspire and they transform lives of others. And that is one reason
Oh,
why we guys are here for you, having these podcasts, fun times that we can share a lot of good stuff, that we get to learn, that we get to enjoy, just spreading the good stuff around, right? That's it, people. And we are very glad and we are very appreciative that you guys always join us. You say share our social media handles. Go Super VA. Thank you very much. And for that, before we actually close the curtains today, for Jade, for Miss Monique, for Mr. Dan, anything else that you guys would want to share, like a parting gift per se, to our listeners and viewers around the world.
for me, it's just one thing. I know you guys are afraid sometimes, but just like I mentioned, and this is actually what I shared, not just, for Rachel. I know Rachel loves this, and I think I always share it with the team as well. Afraid, but do it anyway. I know it's hard sometimes. I know, just like what Jade mentioned, he was very nervous, shivering, right, shaking and whatnot. But yeah, go out of your comfort zone, because what you do not know what's outside of that comfort zone. The rainbows, the flowers, the Christmases might be out there. Your sunflower may be out there, right? So just afraid, but do it anyway. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
There you go. And of course, during your free time, it's not bad to practice. And you know what? One thing that I do for fun before I started speaking this fluently is I joined the North American server online games.
Oh yeah.
What's that? What's that? Ano? What's that?
Play online games. Yeah,
Play
play
on.
Ah,
online games.
online.
Join North
Ah,
American
kasi you
server.
don't have a choice, no?
Yes,
Kasi,
you don't have a choice.
oh,
You
I like
speak with
this.
them. Yeah.
Oo. Go somewhere
Yeah.
where you don't have a choice but to speak
Just
English,
speak.
no?
That's
Mm-hmm.
right.
Oh, afam.
Actually,
Ay, hindi pala.
No choice.
no
No
choice.
choice.
That's
Yeah.
fun.
I think.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
playing games pala. So you're having
Mm-hmm.
fun, but you're also learning. Oh, that's
Learning.
a
That's
great
right.
tip,
Yeah.
no?
Yep.
Dan, oo nga.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
How about you, Jade?
I think for me, like, um, this is based on my experience. So it really happened a lot to me. Like, there's really no waiting for the right time. You have to create the right time, which is mostly right now. You have to
Oy,
do it
oo.
now. You have to
Start
change.
today,
Start
ganon.
today. Yeah.
Oo, may call to action, why not?
Oh
Start
yeah.
today!
Yeah.
No, no, I
That's
agree,
it for me.
actually. Oh, yeah. I mean, if you're asking when should I start, it's today. It's actually should be
It's
yesterday.
now. Yeah.
Yes, it's now, see?
It's
So,
now. Yeah.
oo.
Yeah, like
Yep.
when is the best time again, right? It's now,
It's
it's today,
now.
right?
Yep.
Are you
Yeah.
are you seriously gonna wait for the next 5 years, next 10 years, right?
Mm.
The best
Tomorrow na
time
lang kasi it's rest day
now.
today. Or maybe
Yeah, I'm gonna
Tuesday
rest
na
Yeah.
lang
now.
kasi it's holiday on
It's
Monday.
holiday.
Oh,
Yeah.
Guys,
All
mindset
right.
shouldn't be like that. The more you
mhm.
procrastinate, the more it takes longer. The
Mm,
more
Yeah.
that you're getting comfortable on where you are.
Yeah.
So,
yes. Oh, that reminded me of one thing. The like one of the most dangerous places in life is the comfort zone, actually,
um,
because you get trapped there and you just don't notice because it's comfy, right?
I
Yep.
know,
Dangerous.
you're
Yeah, it's
stuck there
dangerous.
actually, no?
Mm,
Parang,
yeah,
Hmm.
mm-mm.
you're stuck there. Okay. So, people, once again, with our lovely topic today and all the comments and insights that we have got to see, from all the things that you're sharing, and at the same time, the experiences that you have got to hear, say the advice here, the tips and tricks and whatnot. The only one thing that we will be leaving you with is you can do it, you can go for it. You just have to start now and
Yeah.
definitely elevate yourself, and you will not regret it for sure. And having that said, people, thank you very much once again. Click, hit like, click and hit already and like, subscribe in our Go Super VA channel. And we're going to be here for you guys once again next week. So see you when we see you. Happy holidays and have a lovely weekend ahead. Bye.
Bye,
Yeah.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.